Sick mother seeks support from her daughter, and something unexpected happens. What if I told you that a devastating cancer diagnosis could become the turning point for a single mother and her daughter? Sounds impossible, right? Yet, in the face of life-threatening illness, Jessica found not just survival but an unbreakable bond with her daughter Mia and the unwavering support of Dr. Richard. This story will challenge everything you think you know about resilience and family, revealing that even in the darkest moments, incredible strength and hope can emerge. Jessica was living a busy but fulfilling life as a single mother to her teenage daughter, Mia. Between work, school events, and everyday responsibilities, she rarely had time to think about herself. But one day, routine checkup turned her world upside down. Jessica sat in the doctor's office, nervously tapping her foot on the floor. The minutes felt like hours as she waited for the results of her biopsy. Dr. Richard, a compassionate and dedicated oncologist, entered the room with a somber expression. He took a seat across from her, his eyes filled with empathy. "Jessica," he began gently, "I'm afraid we found a malignant tumor. You have breast cancer." The words hit Jessica like a tidal wave. Her breath caught in her throat, and for a moment, everything seemed to blur. She felt a rush of fear, confusion, and an overwhelming sense of disbelief. How could this be happening to her? She had always been healthy, always taken care of herself. What would this mean for Mia? Dr. Richard continued, his voice steady and reassuring. "I know this is a lot to process, but I want you to know that we're going to do everything we can to treat this. We have a plan, and we're here to support you every step of the way." Jessica nodded numbly, trying to absorb the information. She knew she had to stay strong, not just for herself but for Mia. Her daughter depended on her, and she couldn't afford to fall apart. Returning home that evening, Jessica sat Mia down, her heart heavy with the burden of the news she had to share. Mia looked at her with wide, concerned eyes. "Mom, what's wrong?" Taking a deep breath, Jessica reached for Mia's hand. "Sweetheart, I have something important to tell you. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer." Mia's face crumpled with shock and fear. "But you're going to be okay, right, Mom?" Jessica pulled her daughter into a tight embrace. "I'm going to fight this with everything I have. We're going to get through this together, okay?" Tears streamed down Mia's face as she nodded, clinging to her mother. In that moment, Jessica felt a surge of determination. She would fight this disease not just for herself, but for the future she wanted to share with her daughter. The days that followed were a whirlwind of doctor's appointments, tests, and discussions about treatment options. Dr. Richard was a constant presence, guiding Jessica through each step with unwavering support. He explained the treatment plan in detail, making sure Jessica understood what to expect. Jessica and Mia faced the news head-on, drawing strength from their love for each other. Mia became Jessica's biggest cheerleader, attending appointments with her, helping around the house, and providing endless emotional support. They laughed, cried, and held on to each other through the storm, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. As Jessica prepared to begin her treatment, she looked at Mia and saw not just her daughter, but a source of incredible strength and inspiration. With Dr. Richard's expertise and Mia's unwavering support, Jessica knew she had the tools she needed to face the battle ahead. Together, they were ready to take on whatever came next. The days following Jessica's diagnosis were filled with uncertainty and fear, but one thing remained constant: Mia's unwavering support. From the moment she learned of her mother's illness, Mia resolved to be Jessica's rock, providing the strength and love they both needed to face the challenges ahead. Mia took on new responsibilities at home, balancing schoolwork with household chores. She made sure the house was clean, meals were prepared, and that her mother had everything she needed. It wasn't easy, but Mia approached each task with a sense of purpose, knowing that her efforts made a difference. One evening, as Jessica sat on the couch, feeling the weight of her diagnosis, Mia came over with a cup of tea. "Here, Mom. I thought this might help you relax." Jessica took the cup, her eyes welling up with gratitude. "Thank you, sweetie. You're taking such good care of me." Mia smiled, sitting down beside her. "You've always taken care of me, Mom. Now it's my turn to take care of you." Their conversations became deeper and more meaningful. Mia would often sit with Jessica, talking about their hopes and fears. She listened intently as her mother shared her worries about the future, offering comfort and reassurance. "We're going to get through this together," Mia would say, her voice filled with determination. "You're not alone." At school, Mia found solace in her friends and teachers who offered their support and understanding. She joined a support group for teenagers with parents battling cancer, where she met others who understood what she was going through. These connections gave Mia additional strength, helping her cope with the emotional toll of her mother's illness. Dr. Richard noticed the positive impact Mia had on Jessica's spirit and recovery. During one of their appointments, he pulled Mia aside. "You're doing an incredible job, Mia. Your support is making a huge difference in your mother's fight against cancer." Mia nodded, her eyes shining with determination. "I just want her to be okay." Jessica's treatment was grueling, but she faced each session with courage, knowing Mia was by her side. On days when the side effects were particularly harsh, Mia would sit with her, holding her hand and telling her stories to distract her from the pain. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, a testament to the power of love and resilience. One evening, after a particularly tough round of chemotherapy, Jessica was resting in bed, feeling drained and exhausted. Mia entered the room, carrying a photo album. "I thought we could look through some old pictures," she suggested, sitting down beside her mother. Jessica smiled weakly, nodding. Together, they flipped through the pages, reminiscing about happier times. They laughed at silly photos and shared fond memories, the simple act of looking back bringing them closer. "Remember this day at the beach?" Jessica said, pointing to a photo of a young Mia building a sandcastle. "We had so much fun." Mia nodded, her heart full of love. "We're going to have more days like that, Mom. Once you're better, we'll make new memories." Jessica squeezed Mia's hand, feeling a surge of hope. "I can't wait." Through the darkest days, Mia's support was a beacon of light, guiding Jessica through her treatment and giving her the strength to keep fighting. Their bond, forged in the crucible of hardship, became an unbreakable force, proving that with love and determination, they could overcome anything together. Jessica's journey through cancer treatment was a true test of her strength and resilience. The path was steep and fraught with challenges, but she faced each hurdle with unwavering determination and the support of those she loved. The treatment plan laid out by Dr. Richard was intense. It included multiple rounds of chemotherapy, radiation, and eventually surgery. Each session of chemotherapy left Jessica feeling drained, her body waging a war against both the cancer and the harsh effects of the medication. Nausea, fatigue, and hair loss became daily battles, stripping away the semblance of normalcy in her life. Despite the physical toll, Jessica approached each treatment with a fighting spirit. "This is just another step towards getting better," she would tell herself, repeating the mantra in her mind. Mia's presence was a constant source of comfort. She accompanied her mother to every appointment, sitting by her side during chemotherapy sessions, holding her hand and offering words of encouragement. Dr. Richard played a crucial role, guiding Jessica through each phase of her treatment with compassion and expertise. He was not just her doctor, but a pillar of support, explaining the procedures, addressing her concerns, and providing hope when the road seemed too daunting. "We're in this together, Jessica," he would say. "You're not alone in this fight." One particularly challenging day, after a grueling session of chemotherapy, Jessica felt utterly defeated. The nausea was overwhelming, and her energy was at an all-time low. She lay in bed, tears of frustration streaming down her face. Mia entered the room quietly, sensing her mother's distress. She sat beside her, gently brushing away the tears. "Mom, I know this is hard, but you're the strongest person I know. We're going to get through this. I believe in you." Jessica looked at her daughter, drawing strength from her unwavering faith. "Thank you, Mia. I don't know what I'd do without you." As the weeks turned into months, the cumulative effects of the treatment became more pronounced. Jessica's hair began to thin and fall out, a visible reminder of the battle raging inside her. Mia, always by her side, helped her mother through this difficult transition. One evening, they decided to shave Jessica's head together, turning a moment of loss into one of solidarity and love. "Beauty isn't about hair, Mom," Mia said as she gently shaved Jessica's head. It's about strength and courage. And you have more of that than anyone I know. Radiation therapy followed, bringing its own set of challenges. The treatments left Jessica's skin raw and sensitive, and the fatigue was relentless. Yet, she persevered, focusing on the end goal, beating cancer and reclaiming her life. Throughout this process, the support from Dr. Richard and Mia never wavered. They were her anchors, keeping her grounded and hopeful. Surgery was the final hurdle. It was a daunting prospect, but Jessica faced it head-on, knowing it was a crucial step towards recovery. The night before the surgery, Mia sat with her mother, holding her hand and sharing stories to keep her spirits high. "Tomorrow is the beginning of the end of this nightmare," Mia said, her voice filled with determination. "You're going to come out of this stronger than ever." The surgery was long and complex, but it was a success. Dr. Richard emerged from the operating room with a smile, reassuring Mia that her mother had made it through. As Jessica awoke in the recovery room, the first thing she saw was Mia's smiling face. "You did it, Mom. You're amazing." The road to recovery was still long, but Jessica's battle against cancer had shown her the depths of her own strength and the power of love and support. With Mia and Dr. Richard by her side, she faced each challenge with renewed hope, knowing that together they could overcome anything. Dr. Richard was more than just Jessica's oncologist. He was a beacon of hope and a guiding force throughout her battle with cancer. From the moment he delivered the devastating news of her diagnosis, he became an integral part of her journey toward healing. Dr. Richard's approach was one of compassion and meticulous care. He understood that treating cancer wasn't just about the physical aspects. It was about addressing the emotional and psychological needs of his patients as well. He took the time to explain every detail of Jessica's treatment plan, ensuring she understood what to expect and why each step was necessary. His calm demeanor and steady presence provided Jessica with a sense of security and confidence. During the early stages of her treatment, Dr. Richard was a constant source of reassurance. He would often sit with Jessica and Mia, answering their questions with patience and clarity. "Jessica, you're doing incredibly well," he would say, his voice filled with encouragement. "Every treatment brings us one step closer to beating this." As Jessica's chemotherapy sessions began, Dr. Richard monitored her progress closely. He adjusted her treatment plan as needed, always with her best interests in mind. His expertise was evident, but it was his genuine care for Jessica's well-being that set him apart. He made sure she knew she wasn't just another patient. She was a person whose life and future mattered deeply to him. One day, during a particularly difficult session, Jessica felt overwhelmed by the side effects of the treatment. Dr. Richard noticed her distress and took a moment to speak with her privately. "Jessica, I know this is incredibly tough," he said gently, "but you're stronger than you realize. We're in this together, and I'll be with you every step of the way." His words resonated deeply with Jessica, giving her the strength to keep pushing forward. Mia also found solace in Dr. Richard's unwavering support. He often took the time to check in on her, understanding the toll her mother's illness was taking on her. "You're doing an amazing job, Mia," he told her. "Your support means the world to your mother." As the treatment progressed, Dr. Richard became more than just a doctor. He became a friend and confidant. He shared stories of other patients who had fought similar battles and emerged victorious, instilling a sense of hope in Jessica. His dedication went beyond the hospital walls. He was always available to answer questions, provide reassurance, and offer a shoulder to lean on. When the time came for Jessica's surgery, Dr. Richard was there, guiding her through the preparation and ensuring she was ready for the procedure. His confidence and expertise were a source of comfort for both Jessica and Mia. The surgery was a success, thanks in large part to Dr. Richard's skill and meticulous planning. In the months following the surgery, Dr. Richard continued to play a pivotal role in Jessica's recovery. He closely monitored her progress, celebrating each milestone and addressing any setbacks with swift, decisive action. His belief in Jessica's ability to overcome cancer never wavered, and his encouragement kept her spirits high. One afternoon, during a follow-up appointment, Dr. Richard shared some wonderful news. "Jessica, your latest scans are clear. You're officially in remission." Tears of joy filled Jessica's eyes as she hugged Mia, overwhelmed with relief and gratitude. Dr. Richard smiled, sharing in their happiness. You did it, Jessica. Your strength and determination have brought you here. Dr. Richard's role in Jessica's journey was more than just medical. It was deeply personal. He had been a pillar of strength, a source of hope, and a guiding light through the darkest times. His unwavering support and expertise had not only helped Jessica beat cancer, but had also strengthened the bond between her and Mia. Together, they faced the future with a renewed sense of hope and the knowledge that they could overcome any challenge, thanks to the care and dedication of Dr. Richard. With Jessica now in remission, life began to slowly return to a new kind of normal. The battle against cancer had left its marks, but it also brought profound changes and deeper connections. Jessica, Mia, and Dr. Richard found themselves looking at the future with a renewed sense of purpose and hope. Jessica's recovery was a time of reflection and growth. She appreciated the simple joys of life more than ever. Waking up to a new day, sharing laughter with Mia, and feeling the warmth of the sun on her face. The ordeal had taught her the value of resilience and the power of love and support. Each day was a gift, a chance to rebuild and strengthen the bonds that had been tested by her illness. Mia continued to be a pillar of strength for her mother. Their relationship, already strong, had become unbreakable. They shared a deeper understanding and appreciation for each other, having faced the darkest moments together. Mia's maturity and compassion had grown immensely, and she found herself inspired by her mother's courage. Together, they made plans for the future, dreaming of new adventures and opportunities. Dr. Richard remained a constant presence in their lives. He had not only been a doctor, but also a mentor and friend. His unwavering dedication had been a crucial part of Jessica's journey to remission. He continued to support her through regular checkups and was always available for any concerns or questions. His role had extended beyond the professional, becoming a cherished part of their new beginning. One sunny afternoon, Jessica and Mia decided to celebrate their journey with a picnic in the park. They spread a blanket under a large oak tree, the branches providing a comforting shade. As they unpacked their lunch, Mia pulled out a small journal. "I've been keeping this throughout your treatment, Mom. It's filled with our memories, our struggles, and our victories." Jessica's eyes filled with tears as she flipped through the pages, each entry a testament to their strength and love. "This is beautiful, Mia. Thank you for capturing our journey. It's a reminder of how far we've come and how much we've overcome." As they sat together, enjoying the peace of the afternoon, Dr. Richard arrived. He had become a close family friend, someone who had shared their most challenging moments and now their triumphs. "I brought something for us to celebrate," he said, revealing a bottle of sparkling cider. They raised their glasses, toasting to new beginnings and the strength they had found in each other. "To the future," Jessica said, her voice filled with emotion. "To health, happiness, and the incredible journey we've shared." The bond between Jessica, Mia, and Dr. Richard had become a source of inspiration. Their story was one of hope, resilience, and the unbreakable power of love. As Jessica looked at her daughter and her friend, she felt a profound sense of gratitude. They had faced the storm together and emerged stronger, ready to embrace whatever the future held. Jessica decided to use her experience to help others. She began volunteering at a local cancer support center, sharing her story and offering hope to those still in the midst of their battles. Mia joined her, providing a unique perspective as a caregiver and a source of youthful energy and compassion. Together, they made a difference, touching the lives of many and strengthening their own bond in the process. Dr. Richard continued his work with the same dedication and compassion, inspired by the strength he had witnessed in Jessica and Mia. Their journey had reaffirmed his belief in the importance of holistic care, treating not just the illness but the person as a whole. He remained a beacon of hope for his patients, guiding them with the same care and commitment he had shown Jessica. As the sun set on their picnic, casting a golden glow over the park, Jessica, Mia, and Dr. Richard sat together, feeling a deep sense of peace. They had faced the unthinkable and come out stronger, their lives forever intertwined by the journey they had shared. It was a new beginning, filled with endless possibilities and the knowledge that together they could overcome anything. Their story was a testament to the power of love, the importance of support, and the incredible strength of the human spirit. Jessica's battle with cancer had brought them together, and their unbreakable bond would carry them forward into a future bright with hope and promise.